Well, President Trump tweeting moments ago, heading to Montana and Florida today. Everyone is excited about the jobs numbers. 250,000 new jobs in October. Also, wages rising. Wow.
That's right.
You're going to react to say Trump tweeting
fast five times. Maybe former Governor Mike Huckabee and Fox News contributor can tell us how to say that 5 times fast.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You know, I'm shocked that the president is up tweeting this morning. My goodness. What an unusual thing for him to be doing in the morning.
I know. I can't believe it. So he's talking about jobs numbers. He's hitting the trail all the way through Tuesday. You've got some big races you think folks should be focused on if we want to get a hint of what Tuesday night might look like.
Yeah, I think the Florida races, both for Senate and governor, are key races. It's a purple state. It's shocking to me that Andrew Gillum is even polling near Ron DeSantis in that race. I mean, it's just bizarre. So that race is really a bellwether race. I think also the Senate race between Nelson and a very outstanding Governor Rick Scott is another race to watch. What are people thinking if they don't elect Rick Scott, who has done a fantastic job of changing the economy of Florida in a very positive way? What are they thinking if they would put Andrew Gillum, who says he would raise taxes? I mean, in the state that people go to because the taxes are low. Yeah. What kind of
It is confounding, Governor.
Why is that okay?
Why is that race so close?
Honestly, I can't figure it out. And I think a lot of it is the press has given a nice tongue bath to Andrew Gillum. They have ignored the scandals. They've completely glossed over the things that really should concern voters. And they've not talked about the policies very much. They just present him as this charismatic figure, kind of like they do Beto O'Rourke in Texas, which is another race to keep an eye on, as is Wisconsin governor's race, the Arizona Senate race. There are several key races that shouldn't be that close, but they are. And the question is, how have the Democrats been able to sort of conceal their true intentions if they get elected? That's what I think Americans need to be concerned about. But here's what I'm thinking. I think a lot of people are going to go into the voting booth on Tuesday. They've put up their signs. They've worn their silly pink hats. They've screamed at people in restaurants. They've threatened to move to Canada. But deep down, they look at their situation. They say, by golly, I'm doing a heck of a lot better under President Trump than I was before. 401k is rocketing forward. You know, I've got more money in my pocket. The job prospects are good. I just can't believe those people go into the voting booth and vote against themselves. And that's what they're doing. They may not like Donald Trump. I get that. But they better like their own situation in life. And I think some of them are going to say that they're voting against the Republicans. But when they go in the privacy of that booth, they're going to vote for their own best interest.
Governor, how much impact do you think the economy will have? We've had an economist on the couch all morning, economist Ed Henry, poo-pooing a little bit the amount of credit President Trump can take for this. Will voters see this as a Trump recovery and vote that way?
Well, if they don't, who do they attribute it to? I mean, they had 8 years under Obama, and Ed, I heard what you said, and I won't even argue that point. I think you may have some valid points. But here's the bigger issue.
He conceded.
For blacks and Hispanics, we have all-time low unemployment. If you are a person of color, how do you vote for Democrats to send you back to high levels of double-digit unemployment when the president has helped create an economy that's put you to work? If you're a minor, how do you want to go back to, getting an unemployment check rather than a paycheck? If you're a person who has been a manufacturing employee, why would you want to go back on the unemployment rolls? If you're a person, for example, who's a woman employee is better off now than any woman employee has ever been. You look at all the factors, and there's not a single sector of the economy that isn't charging forward. Now, you can say, well, it was all President Obama, but you know what? All I know is that it wasn't this good when he was president. It's been this good from the day Donald Trump was elected. The stock market took off like a rocket. It's never come back down fully to earth. And you have to say that this president has been a powerful moving force in it.
Well, speaking of blasts from the past and Democrats, it seems like Democrats are now shunning former President Bill Clinton on the campaign trail. They're not inviting him to come speak on their behalf. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there are a lot of reasons, one of which is the Me Too movement has pretty well destroyed his credibility. I mean, for the first time, if people are going to believe women, then they've got to believe Juanita Broderick, who's very credible. I know her. You've got to believe Kathleen Willey. You've got to believe Paula Jones. You have to believe a lot of women, and that kind of leaves Bill Clinton on the sidelines. You've got a race in Arkansas. Clark Tucker is running against a wonderful Congressman, French Hill, who has been terrific. Former Treasury Department official, stout and strong in every way. Clark Tucker's a very nice young man. He went to high school with my daughter. They were classmates and friends. He comes from a great family. They were very close to the Clintons. But he, of all the people in the country, would have the natural reason to bring Bill Clinton in to campaign for him in Arkansas. He hasn't done it. He's kept his distance.
Do you think they're also distancing themselves from Hillary Clinton by not asking Bill Clinton, former president, to come onto the campaign trail? Does it have to do with her as well?
You know, I'm not sure, but would you want to bring Hillary in with all that high energy that she has? Maybe she's got some fireworks left over from the 2016 election she could show up with. Balloons and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, I mean, maybe they're missing a great opportunity because there's a whole warehouse full of celebration supplies that Hillary can bring to the party.
Yeah. Governor, thanks for the straight talk, and thank you mostly for siding with me over Pete. I appreciate it.
Not true.
Well, I didn't quite do that, Ed. Not quite. I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt. That's it. That's as far as I go.
Governor Huckabee, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.